Hi, I'm poet and writer Kay Spivey. I hope that you're staying safe and healthy during this kind of crazy time with COVID-19, especially if you're able to stay home. I hope that you are. I know some of you, like me, probably have essential jobs and are still going out to work, and if so, keep fighting the good fight. And if you're staying home, hopefully if all of us just stay home as much as possible, if we have as little contact with each other as possible, this will pass by quickly. If you happen to be just going crazy inside, you are in luck because April is a really exciting month. April has two things going for it. One of them is Camp NaPoWriMo, which that's good and all, but it's also National Poetry Month. So here's what I'm saying. For NaPoWriMo, the idea is to write a poem every day for the month of April. I'm going to be participating in that. That's going to be my Camp NaPoWriMo for this year. Now, I've got to say, I'm definitely not that impressed with the NaPoWriMo website. I talked about this previously with my first impressions of the website before. It hasn't really improved. It looks like they've gotten rid of cabins. Everything is kind of condensed. They don't have the old camp website. It's just kind of combined together. And I know I haven't done Camp NaPoWriMo a lot in the past, but I had thought you were able to kind of choose what you were writing in, like you could do something other than just a word count, and that doesn't seem possible. So I have my word count set at 30, and it's just gonna be, I'm gonna keep track of how many poems I've written. So one poem a day, 30 days, 30 words. I'm gonna do it that way. If you'd like to do it that way as well, I am SK Suncloud over on NaPoWriMo, and I would be happy for you to come and join me there. I would love to have more friends, especially since they had to wipe out your friends, you know. Yeah, the forums aren't navigatable, like the whole thing. But that's a subject for a different day. What I really wanted to talk about was writing a poem a day in April. I'm also going to try to read a lot more poetry for April. I finally got started reading Muse of Nightmares, the second of Laini Taylor's duology for Strange the Dreamer, and I'm pretty hooked and I'm not that far in yet, so I am going to be reading a lot of that, but I also have a ton of poetry books that I really want to get to this month as well. So I'm going to be reading more poetry and I'm going to be writing a poem every single day. I am going to try to choose my favorite poem each week to put up on my blog. I know my blog has kind of become a little bit more of a place for me to kind of release my feelings politically a lot of the time, but I also want to put up some poetry. I just feel like this is the exact right time for us to be writing poetry and putting poetry forth. It's the exact right way to take all of our feelings for what we're feeling with everything going on in the world right now and just release that onto the page or into the universe. So I am super excited about National Poetry Month this month, and I can't wait to get started, which I'm starting today. This is not an April Fool's video, obviously. April 1st just happens to fall on Wednesday this year, so that's why this is going up today. And honestly, who needs pranks right now? I'm not into that whole April Fool's thing. That's not my vibe. Like, things are happening that are bad enough. Let's keep this all happy, uplifting Poetry Month oriented. If you'd like to join me, I would absolutely love to have more people joining in a poem a day, especially if you felt like, oh, you weren't really going to do Camp NaPoWriMo. Maybe you can squeeze in a poem every day just for 1 month and have that be your Camp NaPoWriMo as well this month. So let me know in the comments down below if you will be joining me. I also, as a special offer, I've made Fragments, my full-length collection, free as an ebook for the first 5 days of April, just because that's all the days that Amazon would allow me to make it for free as like a promotion. So if you need some poetry poetry inspiration, then go ahead and check out Fragments, and my gift to you, something extra to read if you're also looking for some more poetry to read this month. And hopefully everything kind of the curve starts to flatten, we all start to be able to get back out into the world. But if that's not the case, if people aren't being responsible, just try and, you know, keep yourself strong, write poetry, read more books. People still need our support, especially writers and especially poets who really don't make a lot of money off of their writing anyway. So anything you can do to support them is great, and anything you can do to just keep people's spirits lifted, to keep yourself and the world alive, even though we have to be trapped indoors. Honestly, think about how lucky we are to be trapped indoors and to be having this go around now in this century where we can still talk to each other through the internet. Like, that wouldn't have been possible maybe even 10 years ago, but certainly 20 years ago, there would have been a lot more isolation. It would have been a lot harder. And we have all of these different methods of communicating and kind of getting through this. So stay safe, stay indoors as best you can, and let's get through this together. If any of you are having a lot harder time, if you know someone who's sick or dying from COVID-19, my heart goes out to you. If you need to talk, I am absolutely willing to listen and talk. And if you want to just like rant and freak out and ramble, I am there for you. I might make a video just going over conspiracy theories that have to do with this virus, just for fun, purely for fun. I'm not the type who like buys into conspiracy theories, but I do love them. Sometimes a clever conspiracy theory, I'm like, you love it. So we'll see. I don't know how much I'm going to be posting. I wanted to post a whole bunch of poetry videos, but I think I'm going to focus on writing the poems and really throwing myself into writing poetry this month. And then we'll see what kind of content comes out. Because, I mean, I'm not stir crazy. I still have my job going on. But, like, there is still an element of just, like, anxiety, which I've talked about in previous videos. So if I just decide to make a couple of stupid videos for funsies, bear with me. All the poetry is going to be on my blog, which I will link to down below. Happy NaPoWriMo, everybody. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.